And in changing and helping people with mental ill health, I think part of the real importance is what those of us who don't place ourselves in that category and don't see ourselves as supporters or carers, and our own attitudes, because I appreciate that many people, as I mentioned earlier, with mental ill health are reluctant to seek work and reluctant to disclose that they have a support need. I used to be an employment lawyer, and I recognise full well that some people did not want to disclose any of their disabilities for fear that it would result in employment not being offered, or in promotion opportunities not being provided, or that life, frankly, would just get difficult. So the importance of a campaign like Time to Change is not just that people who have experienced mental ill health feel able to speak out and share and talk about it, so that mental ill health is seen as an illness just like any other, just like having a cold or the flu, that people aren't ashamed to talk about, and frankly, that everybody else doesn't have a difficulty understanding and listening to. So ending stigma and ensuring that all of us have a much more enlightened and decent attitude, I think, is a big part of our challenge still as a country. I think there have been big steps made forward, and to be fair, this is something that every party in the Assembly, I think, is on the right page with, but there's still much more that we recognise that we all need to do in genuinely changing the way that many, many people within our society feel and think about mental ill health. Now, this will continue to be a priority for us in the Welsh Government, recognising the link between poverty and mental ill health, and doing what we can, and frankly what we should, to tackle those issues. I look forward to hearing what you have to say, and I recognise in doing this that we can't hope to tackle poverty or all the causes and factors of mental health on our own. The Welsh Government sadly doesn't have that ability to click its fingers and change everything for the better in one instance. It does require us to listen, to work with different partners in other parts of the public sector, in the voluntary sector, and again with individuals who are carers or service users themselves. I hope that today is a very productive day, full of challenge, scrutiny, support, and a renewal of commitment, not to take action for yourselves, but to take action that ensures that people like myself are held up for scrutiny and account, and that awkward questions that should be asked are, and that we as a government keep our promises, and that you as citizens are active and engaged in what we could and should do to try and ensure that within Wales at least we take positive steps forward to ensure that the challenge of mental ill health is something that all of us accept. We provide a better service and better outcomes for people as we continue to move forward.